Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to coming, thank you everyone, thank you to coming to the Brooklyn Tea Party meeting for our October meeting. Today we're going to have two guest speakers on our forum. One is Ying Tang, she's running for City Council in the 43rd City Council District. And Paul Rodriguez. Paul, you're running in the 38th. Then we have a couple of members in the audience that are also candidates that would like to say a word or two. They're also welcome to join us. With that being said, I want to thank everyone once again. Before this meeting started, I had a person come to the meeting just to sign up to register. The deadline to register is October 28th, I believe. So that means this has to be processed at the Board of Elections time-stamped.
First day of early voting.
Right. So October 28th is when that is. So if anyone could, if anyone needs any forms, we have some forms here. She registered at the immigration when she became a new citizen. It was about a month and a half ago. I double-checked with the Board of Elections, and I said, is she in the system? Nope. And she should have been. And I said, well, I know why, because she registered as a Republican. You know, they tell a lot of people when they're at these events, when they become citizens, register as a Democrat.
Yeah, democracy.
Because it's a democracy. Get registered as a Democrat, it's a democracy. Okay, little they know it's communism that they would be registering for. But, so I re-registered her just now, so she's going to be a Republican. So. Good, nice try, left. Try to take someone away. It did not work. We are in a crossroads, everyone. Crossroads. Any moment, we could be at World War III. In fact, if historians look back, if we do go to World War III, God forbid, they might have said it already happened already. When Israel was attacked by those psychotics, Hamas coming, paragliding in, at a peaceful music festival. These are sick bastards. These are not animals. Animals are better than that. These are demons. These are monsters. Whatever how you feel about the Israel, Palestinian, then everyone has opinions on who's right, who's wrong, whatever. Who was in the Bible first? I don't know. Right? Whatever argument, let's say the Palestinians said, well, the Hamas side had, went out the door. Whatever argument they had, you're not winning anyone over that has a brain. When you come in and slaughter babies, slaughter innocent people, the way you did, target them, hostages from many nations. It's disgusting, it's barbaric, and you should burn in hell. People need to wake up of what real evils are out there in the world. We see it in front of us each and every day when we see types of protest going on. We're in America, we're allowed to protest, of course, even if we don't agree with it. But we're allowed to counter-protest also. But when we see people with signs saying Jews should go into the sea or stuff along those lines, it's disgusting. People need to wake the hell up, because if you're like, well, I'm not Jewish, what does that matter? They come for them, they come for all of us. Don't think for a moment that all of a sudden, when their focus is off the Jewish people, that they're not coming for the Christian people, that they're not coming for everyone, okay? If you don't agree, they'll slaughter you, okay? That's the psychotic radicals, of course, but there's a lot of them. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled that everyone is, oh, everyone loves everyone. No, everyone don't love everyone. When you're taught from day one with children's cartoons to kill, to not to hate, when you're taught from day one, it's ingrained in the youth. Unfortunately, the kids are, learn from their parents or what have you, and it goes with anything, what type of racism. It goes from, doesn't have to be this particular issue, it could be any issues. When you're taught hate, it continues and continues. We all need to learn to live with each other. We are one race. We're the human race. We cannot be always at war to kill each other. When will be the war that ends all wars? World War I with the trench warfare, mustard gas and all that. The Great War, they called it, I believe. World War II with the disgustingness of the Holocaust. Oh, the Holocaust didn't exist. Really? Tell that to my great uncles who fought in World War II. Don't tell me that didn't exist. There was no AI or EI, whatever the EIEIO back then. Okay? There was none of that. What do you think? That was Hollywood crops? That was real. That was reality. That was disgusting. So all those deniers, wake the hell up. Because history tends to repeat itself. Let's hope it's not repeating itself now, like we're in the Truman Show. Okay? Because it feels like we're in Groundhog Day or whatever. It keeps repeating. When will this end, programmer? When will it end? Because it feels like we're in some Matrix or what have you. Because it feels that way. But, okay, so be it. We're in this program. Let's try to be programmed also and to fight against this evil. Because we shall never stand for this. Should never stand, oh, I agree with the other side. You agree that babies should be slaughtered? Well, it tends to be a lot of people on the left that believe in that. Hey, why not? They believe in abortion, right? Hey, they already believe in that evil that it's already killed 61 or 63 million and counting since Roe versus Wade of 1973. They keep on believing now. Why wouldn't they believe about, might as well just slaughter babies. Burn them. Disgusting. Disgusting. So people, wake up. Don't be scared. You should never be scared to fight against evil. Okay? We all have a beginning. We all have an end. Look at a cemetery. Look at that date. There's an ending date. There's no way around that. No matter how many deals with the devil you try to make. He'll still claim your soul, won't he? There will be an end for all of us. So don't be scared to fight against evil, ever. Oh, I don't want to, no. Always stand up to evil, because that's how evil grows, when the good stay silent. When the good stay silent, evil rises. Look at World War II. Let's not say nothing. We'll keep quiet there. Nothing to see here behind the curtains. And look what the evil. You know, the United States has been very lucky. We have not lived in a rubble in a very long time. What I mean by that, Europe had your it. World War I, Europe had your it. Again in World War II, China had their rubble moments. Japan, North Korea, South Korea, Africa, South American countries during those little dictatorships and what have you. Everyone's lived in the last 100 years into rubble. We haven't lived in that moment since the 1860s. Yes, we had September 11th, but that was a small little block, you know, city zone. I'm talking about full cities living in rubble. Atlanta burning down and all that during the Civil War. These people lived in rubble in our country, but that was 1860s. Will it be next week for us? That's why it's important to register people. That's why it's important to elect the right people in these positions. They're all the same. No, they're not. Those jaded people have a message for you. They're all the same. Republicans are the same. Really? Come on, children, gather around. I put a wig on and I have my lipstick on. Let's read some story time. They're all the same? The Republican Party is promoting that? I don't think so. Open wide borders, come on down, where we already have 150 that we know of on the terrorist watch list coming through our open door border, like it's the Price is Right. Come on down. You're the next contestant to take all our money. You know, I was at on 18th Avenue in right off of Coney Island Avenue. There's a Speedway gas station, and I seen this TikTok video on Facebook, and it showed the guy coming out and said, what are you doing? How do you have a car, and you just came to this country. Now, I'm trying to be a critical thinker here. I'm saying, well, maybe he's visiting the hotel, because there was an illegal alien hotel housing them there. And I'm saying, well, maybe he's visiting friends and family, right? He had the hood, he couldn't speak English or whatever, and he goes right into the hotel. But in that quick little snippet video, which tends to be 30 seconds or a minute, I noticed something. I said, what about those electric scooters in the street? There's 10 of them I see. Now, I always go past there when I go to work, so I drove past there. Oh, sure enough, they're there with covers on them, right in front, right where cars would park, right in front of this hotel. Who the hell bought them these electric scooters? You and I, or some organization? Who bought them? So, we don't know, because of the terrorist watch list, who's in here ready to come and get their orders. We don't know if they're going to use these scooters eventually to start shooting people at every bus stop at 3 o'clock, whatever day. We don't know. Who's buying this? So anyway, on my break one time, I passed by, and sure enough, I saw the same guy again. Parked in the same spot, coming out of the same little red car, going into the same hotel. Unless he works there, I don't think so. I think the guy actually lives there. There's also a National Guard member that is in that lobby of that building. So we're paying for everything. It's a slap in the face to all the immigrants that came into this country legally and followed the laws of our land. It's a slap in their face for them who followed everything that they needed to do to become a citizen. Spent thousands of dollars of immigration lawyers to become a citizen. You just told all of those people you're idiots. How dare you follow the rules of this country, you stupid nitwits. Why would you do that when you could easily have just walked through an open border and get everything for free? People, remember, election day is coming. Early voting is coming. Vote early. Vote often? We're not Democrats. Just vote. Make sure you bring a friend to that voting poll. Voting booth. Well, booths, how old am I? Now it's whatever the heck they are. But make sure you bring someone to vote with you, because we cannot afford to keep on losing elections in New York City and New York State alone. We need people to protect us from the stupidity that is before us. So with that being said, I would like to turn the lectern over to Heshy Tischler for a moment. Heshy, if you have a word or two. Thank you.
Thank you, Glenn, and welcome to our meeting. And I'm always glad to host this place. I love when you come here, and Yin, so good to see you. What I want to tell you is something quick and easy. I told this story before, but I'm going to tell it again. Maybe I told it to other people. During right when the Holocaust started, it was a small little village with like 200 people. Maybe about 150 adults, 50 kids. No telephone, no telegraph, no nothing. Simple farmers. The Nazis came, showed up, 10 of them were taken over. People were simple villagers, they didn't know what was going on. Now the story is told to us by a guy by the name of Avi Weiss himself, who was the person in the story. He says he was one of the oldest kids in the village, and the rabbi of the town, the elder, said, listen, run to the next city, find out what's going on. Who are these guys? Guy runs, gets on a horse, wagon, whatever, takes him about a day and a half, and he gets to the big city. Goes to the synagogue, they take him to one of the big members, and the guy says, yeah, it's the Nazis are here, and most likely they're going to wipe out your town. They say, but you're a young boy, and the King of England now gave us a boat and made a deal with the Nazis that we can get 1,100 children out of Germany, out of this country, Hungary. If you come back and get here in the next 3 days, I'll put you on the boat with the other 1,100 kids. This boy Avi runs back to his town, tells his parents what's going on. gives them hugs and kisses. He doesn't want to go. The parents told him, go, get on that boat and go and save your life. And we'll just stay here and we'll see what happens. The kid runs back to the big city. He makes it on the boat. And he gets to England where the king saved 1,100 Jewish children. A couple of days later, the king wanted to see who he saved. So he told his people to line up the kids. He lined up all 1,100 of the kids, and he starts to drive through the children, you know, the little courtyard. And one of the little kids jumped onto the wagon or the cart that the king was in and started to scream. Security guards grabbed him, and the king said, stop. I want to hear what he has to say. The kid goes over, he says, I understand what you did, king. You saved 1,100 of them. They're all quiet and nice. What about my parents? Save my parents! King said, you know what? Give me their name and number. I'll see what I can do. And 2 weeks later, the king saved their parents. What's the moral here? The moral is simple. We don't get up and scream and holler. We don't get up to hear our voices be heard. Yeah, maybe you'll save yourself. That's so nice of you. What about the others? We need to make our voices heard. Linda, my wife, asked me, why do you keep loving? Why do you keep doing what you do? You keep losing, you keep going. Why do you love the people you love so much? Why do you love them? Why do you keep doing it? You know, God created, and I'm talking as a religious person because our next speaker, Yin, is just a wonderful, God-fearing, holy person that I met a while ago, and she's just inspired me of how she's been able to change our system, to change herself, to make this is what America is about. So I told Linda very simple. God, in the Torah portions of our Torah, and I'm not going to preach to you, God created, you all know, the world in 7 days. God then destroyed the world because of the flood. And then again, the father of all the nations, Abraham, according to Jewish calendar, was born in the year of 1948. The country of Israel was created in 1948, recently, in the new calendar. The Jewish people have taught the world a different place. What we saw, the Holocaust happen, my father witnessed it, was in the concentration camp. What we've seen happen now happens constantly. We have to stand up, get our voices heard, scream, make the change, because if we just let them do whatever they want to do, it's not going to happen. And right over here is a person that we're going to make sure that gets up and screams and hollers. That person that we're going to love you so much, and when you get elected, I will be knocking on that door screaming and hollering, okay? I know you're going to call the police crazy man here, but it makes no difference. My wife calls me crazy for 33 years. Watch my show. No. Welcome to my building. Welcome to the office. I always have a pleasure welcoming this club. Glenn, thank you for having the meeting, sir. Yeah, I don't know, do I introduce her or you do it? You get up here.
All right.
Okay, good. You're on camera. He's better looking. He thinks so.
All right, thank you, Heshy. Yes, thank you, Heshy. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce our first guest speaker today, Ying Tang. She is running for City Council in the 43rd City Council District. Ladies and gentlemen, give her a warm welcome.
Thank you all, and good afternoon. It's my pleasure to be here today. My name is Ying Tang. I'm the Republican candidate running for City Council in District 43. So District 43 is covered by Sunset Park, Bad Beach, Recent, Dyker High, and Bensonhurst.
Hey, Rich, too?
Yes. Oh, not Bay Ridge. Not Bay Ridge. Bensonhurst, Sunset Park, Bad Beach, and Recent. So we have partially a borough park, but not all, just partially. I'm a mother. I have 2 little children, and I'm a caregiver for senior citizens in my community. And especially, I'm very concerned citizen who want to change the better New York City. So since 2018, when the progressive Democrats tried to attack our gifted and talented schools, and also later the gifted and talented programs, I started to join different protests to go against the city and to protect our children. As a mother, as a first-generation immigrant, I always believe in the transformative power of education. And once I immigrant here and proudly call New York City my home, I would do